and I'm going to talk to you about what has made this week bearable, which is a little drug called Semaglutide. Hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube, welcome back to the prep series. We've got a new episode in an entirely new country for you today. We're back to the wife's motherland. We're in Turkey, we're here in Çeşme, Alaçatı, where we've been today. Now, the reason we're here is because I knew about this long before prep and I'd committed to it. We have a friend's wedding to go to on Friday. Today is Monday. So we came for a little break, which honestly I think is going to do me the world of good. Just getting out of the rat race, getting out of Groundhog Day, I think is invaluable in prep. And I thought now was a good time to start after you've seen a little intro of Çeşme, which by the way I would strongly recommend anyone comes to. Beautiful little place. It is currently 6:10 on the second day, and I'm sitting down for meal 2. And what better thing to talk about in this vlog than how to stay on track whilst travelling on a bodybuilding prep. Because my prep, as you know, from the last update, it's just got pretty savage. We're down to 2,040 calories on a daily basis. We're up to 350 calories of cardio 6 days a week. We've got 8,000 steps to do, so it's pretty pressing at the moment. So I thought it'd be good to talk about how I am staying on track and how I am so confident that by the time we go back to Dubai, I will be in better shape than when I left, and by some way as well. So right now, we're sitting down, as I said, to meal 2. We went out for breakfast. I had an 8 egg white omelette with some vegetables and a little Turkish spread where I avoided any carbs, just had yogurt and cheese and stuff, which is obviously retract. And now I'm sitting down with 80 grams of shrimp, 150 grams of chicken, peppers, onions, mushrooms and salad. And the calories in this very meal are 340 calories, 60 protein. So pretty savage stuff, and given that it's 6:10, you're on 600 calories for the day. So that is your intro to this vlog. Day 3 in Turkey. We're down at the Before Sunset Beach Club and Bar and Restaurant. We're here for lunch. So today so far I've had my egg white omelette, and now we are cracking on with lunch because Babe was hungry. We've scoured the menu for all that we needed to do. We've ordered grilled sea bass, grilled chicken and 2 salads. So we will wait and see how it comes. Did you ask for the oil on the side in the end? Yeah, you've got to ask for the oil on the side of the salads, otherwise it's game over. But this place is beautiful, so we are in full chill mode today. What have you learnt about travelling on prep with a bodybuilder?
I think it's fine. It's better than I expected, I think.
It's better than you expected?
Yeah.
How was it? How did you expect it to be?
Huh?
How did you expect it was going to be?
I just thought you'd be more stressed about food and not be as present. But I feel like you've been quite present, which is a pleasant surprise.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Nice. And are you having a good time?
Yeah.
Nice. Should I set up or is this alright? Rolling?
Yeah.
Alright. That was probably the first meal where I felt like a little pang of stress when it came over. Because we've eaten at some... When you're looking at the menus, like you see the ingredients, I'm like, okay, that salad looks good. Like if it comes how I expect it to, and then that one didn't. It was like a bed of ricotta with like just loads of tomatoes on it. I'm expecting leaves and stuff. So what I did obviously is just not eat the ricotta. I mean, I had like a teaspoon of it and then I just overestimate it. And then I obviously ordered the lemon and artichoke chicken, which I thought was going to be like grilled chicken, but it was very saucy. So luckily we swapped, which was very kind of my wife. We had discussed it before, but you ordered the grilled sea bass, so I just ate that instead. So grilled sea bass, I tracked 150 grams of grilled sea bass, came with some salads, and I ate the tomatoes. So I have estimatedly eaten in that meal 400 calories, 50 protein, 11 carbs, 16 fat, which is 150 sea bass, 150 tomato, 20 grams of olives, 30 grams of salad, 20 grams of beetroot hummus, 28 grams of chicken breast, which I did try your meal, and then 2 tablespoons of ricotta cheese, whole milk. So you've always got to overestimate these things. So I think I've eaten less than all of that, but you put it in just to make sure that you're not going under, right? So far today we're on 709 calories at 10 past 5, so I'm flagging. But other than that, I think it's been all good. All the places we've eaten, we've had breakfast out a couple of times. They have egg white omelets, which is nice and easy. You can say I want this many egg whites, this many, which has been really good. And I was a new low weigh-in today after a poo. So I think tomorrow I might be in the 116s. I'd be really happy if I am. We're eating dinner in tonight, so that'll be nice and controlled. So I think provided we finish our meal early and I'm not bloated going to bed, we should be seeing new lows tomorrow. So that is how we're managing it so far. Oh, don't mind me, just new vanquish. Hello people, we're back home and it's dinner time. I look as pink as this t-shirt. Right, let's take a little look at what we got. Kofta, prawns, vegetables and salad. So we decided to get this like pre-mixed like kofta seasoning, which we've never done before. We always make it ourselves, but it's very good. So I've got 150 cooked beef, 150 raw beef, 65 pickles, 150 aubergine, 50 pepper, 25 onion, and 35 grams of cooked prawns, as well as my salad, which is currently 300 calories. That leaves me so far for the day with 1150 calories. So that means I've got quite a lot to finish off this evening, which is delightful. So we're moving well, and I've got something big to talk to you about based on why I think I'm able to survive like this, and I think we'll talk about that tomorrow. Morning, boss.
Yeah.
How you doing, boss?
Good.
There it is.
What?
116.
Yes!
0.3.
Yes!
Thank fucking Lord in there, boy. Yes, sir. Alright, one.
Yes!
That's terrible. Mind you.
Wow, celebration day then.
And that's the holiday low that we were looking for.
But do you like injecting yourself?
No, I do not like injecting myself. Who enjoys injecting themselves?
I don't know, you just look like you're having fun all the time with it.
Do I?
Yeah.
What does that look like? Does that do with a big smile on my face? That's a lie. I did just say it was the least favourite part. It's not. My least favourite part is not eating all the food I want, but this is easily the biggest pain in the arse. Especially when it comes in these things. These little vials, these little glass vials. So basically they score it at the top and then you just have to, there you go.
That's not bad.
No, but it doesn't always happen like that. Like literally 2 days ago that bit crushed in my hand and then there's little bits of glass everywhere. So as you can imagine, it's not ideal. But yeah, I'll obviously get questions about this, so I guess the setup is I travel with this, as risky as I guess that may be. It just goes in the case with everything I need, and then we get the needles here. My wife goes into pharmacies in Turkey and buys the needles, because they don't mind giving it out, do they?
No, they don't even ask what it's for.
So current stack is 400 test, 800 Marstron. No, sorry, 400 test, 1 milligram of Marstron per week, and I microdose it daily. So that is what you need to know about the stack. We have no orals in at the moment. There's no training at the moment. I've got Clendiamine, T3, T4, and 6 I use with growth, and that is the stack. Metformin, telmisartan, etc., etc. But yeah, happy with that weigh-in today. I'm on 6.3. That was a big drop. That was 1.5 down from yesterday, which I'm not surprised about. And Asla's asking me if I'm celebrating, and I'm not, because like the job's not really finished. I still have a long way to go, and also like I just feel like these drops should have come days and days and days ago. So I feel vindicated. That's how I feel about that weight drop, and I'm glad for it. It is check-in day today, so I'll be firing my check-in over to Joe, seeing what he says. In my heart of hearts, I think he would say crack on. Nothing changes. And I think that will be it, really. We bloody did it, people. GM, it's actually GA, good afternoon. 2:05, and it's a good day, man. 115.3, so another kilo off from my lowest, and a 1.5 kilo off from yesterday, which is incredible stuff. All of the diligence, restriction, overestimation of food, and you know, effectively ticking the boxes that I need to tick is working, and I honestly think the scales have just really caught up with what my weight suggests I should be weighing, because I am a lot leaner than when I left Dubai, which is great. So we're back to training today. The deload is over, so upper goes back in today. And I'm just getting in some OG pre-workout, double Nespresso and vitamin D. We're going to go hit upper. I've got my upper session. It's going to be one that I'm going to be able to do fairly well at this gym. It's got like Techno Gym, a cable stack, Smith machine, very light dumbbells, and a few machines, so I will be able to definitely get a decent enough workout in. I'm actually pretty looking forward to it. I'm hoping that at 2 PM, midday on a Friday, it'll be dead in there, but I guess we'll see. And I'm going to talk to you about what has made this week bearable, which is a little drug called Semaglutide. So once we've hit that session, we'll come back here and I will round off the vlog with my experience of week 1 on Semaglutide, the GLP-1 agonist, which is a drug that I have debated using for a long time, and at this point I think it's a very, very smart time to deploy it with calories where they are. So I'll talk to you about how I felt on GLP-1, or on GLP-1 agonist Semaglutide, maybe more famously known as Ozempic. But yeah, we'll talk about that after the session. So let's go and hit hotel gym upper session at 6 weeks out. Alright, so first movement was supposed to be lying cuff laterals, which I could have done. I just did lying wire raise instead because I really like that movement. That's all good. Saved me dragging the bench over to the machine. Next up is supposed to be a unilateral lat bias, or lat dominant row. They've only got like a Techno Gym pin loaded low row here. Possibly one of the worst rows on the planet. Not only does it diverge, it's also not a low row. and there's no load on it whatsoever. It's not heavy, so I'm just going to do a bent over row, obviously lat bias, so fairly narrow arm path. Get a little bit of erector load in there as well. There's no erector load tomorrow, so it's fine. So that's all good. So we're going to go 2 working sets here, 6 to 10. Multi, not going to go crazy heavy. It's not a movement that I do in my split at the moment, and I will have straight leg deads on Wednesday. So just really doing it for a bit of all over back smasher, and then after that it's supposed to be an upper back cable row, but I will likely do a mid upper back pull down. So that's what we're doing so far. Feels good, man. Fuck me, it feels good. See some mad stuff in these hotel gyms, man. We've got that pull down shadow box superset. You're done now, my brother. Followed with the inverted rows. That's a good movement, to be fair. A few more rounds of shadow boxing. You're done. No. All right, lying Y raise felt good. Now I've got a 1 set of mid upper back pull down. I think it's a 6 to 10 rep range. I think I'll go for 10 to 15. I think an upper back row you could definitely take for a lower rep range, but an upper back pull down, I'm not trying to be too messy here, so 1 set, 10 to 15. What I'm thinking about here is letting my scapula elevate, stretch out the upper back, allow a bit more lean than I would usually on a lat pull down, and then dragging my elbows out instead of down. Alright, next up, converging machine press, which I actually just managed to hit failure on. And I've got a fucking gnarly chest bump from as well. That was a surprise. I've not even got the stack on. I better get the stack on. If I can get the fucking pin in. RP 10 just for getting the pin in the machine. Let me kick it in. There we go, boys. Faithful. The Birkenstock faithful. Now the only thing is on this is I'm actually hitting the end of the range of motion before I'm fully shortening the pec, which is a bit annoying, but it'd be more annoying if it was in the lengthen range, so we can make it work. I can also bring these forward a little bit. So let's do that. So this is second set here. And straight set of 5 to 10. And then cable incline fly. Okay, I only had 1 set of cable flies and I thought I was going to do a feeder, but it was heavy enough, so I just went for it. So I didn't film that. And now we finish with 2 sets of overhead triceps and 2 sets of what should be a preacher curl, but there is no preacher curl. So I will do standing bicep curls. OG. I've done 1 set of triceps, so this is my second one. Biceps. Finito. so fantastic session actually. I enjoyed that. As far as a little techno gym, hotel gym session goes. Let's talk semaglutide, GLP-1 agonists. So, GLP-1 agonists have rose to popularity in recent times, largely for like treating obesity and stopping people from overeating. And the way they do this is a few things they do, a few mechanisms, but the main one, and definitely the main one that I've noticed, is just like slowed gastric emptying. So you will quite simply digest your food slower, you will feel fuller quicker, and with it seems to come, which I'm not sure they've worked out. I'm sure they have, to be fair. I don't know if they've worked this out completely, but the phenomenal thing is it seems to curb cravings, and that isn't just cravings for food, but they're seeing it in cravings for general addictive behaviour, whether that is drink, drugs, general addictive behaviour. That could be porn, that could be anything. And honestly, if I sit here and think about it, at least in prep, I would say I'm addicted to food. I'm an addict. There are times when I feel completely out of control with my nutrition, and I battled with this for a while. I say battled with it. I battled with the decision of using semaglutide for a while. I'd always planned to use it post-show, because for me, when that goal is not there of the stage, when that deadline is not there, I really find it difficult in my own head to justify not eating the world. As the years have gone on, I've got better and better at it post-show, but it's a very tricky time for me, because my brain wants one thing, which is to eat everything in sight, and my body, you know, really needs another, and I therefore get into quite a battle with myself over it. So instead of using it post-show, I've actually brought it forward, because I was struggling with food. I've been on prep for three months now. And there have been a couple of episodes that I've just not been happy with, which one obviously I spoke about in the last episode, and I just thought, you know what, enough is enough. There was an ego thing at stake there. You know, I wanted to beat myself in terms of my mindset towards food, but I honestly, when I think about it, I think there's something deeper going on here, which I will need to therapize and remedy properly over time, but that's not going to be fixed right now, and I believe what I need is a fix for my food issues right now. So over the last week I've used semaglutide. I've used 0.5 milligrams so far. That is it. I did that across 2 doses of 0.25. Literally one day later, I started noticing slowed gastric emptying. The way it works is it kind of builds up in your system as well, so you really only need like a one weekly dose, and then that will build up, and then you should really assess how that feels. And then if you're not feeling enough effects, you go a little bit more. If you're feeling too much, you go a bit less the following week. I think 0.5 milligrams per week for me is going to be more than enough. So I won't take any more until Monday, which will be a 0.5 milligram dose. And yeah, I've found absolute slowed gastric emptying. 100%. That has been the most noticeable thing for me. I've actually suffered a little bit today from a bit of acid reflux, which is not ideal. I've definitely watched my cravings drop 100%. I feel satisfied so much quicker, and instead of like in the evening is when I really suffer, and I think that's when a lot of people suffer with their cravings for food. I've noticed that like I'm just fine on what, you know, just enough, you know. Like this week, for example, all I've been able to have in terms of my macros, based on the fact we've been out and about all day, and I've not been training, by the way, so it's important to remember that I've not needed to, you know, be careful about my nutrient timing. So I have saved, or I've really gotten through the day on as little as possible within reason, and then if I end the day with some carbs, I've been having 60 grams of cream of rice with some berries and some whey. That's enough for me, you know. And when we're back home next week, my final meal will be like Ninja Creamy, and I'll be back to training. But I can imagine that'll be enough. There you go. There's another acid reflux. But so far for me, the effects are overwhelmingly positive. The slow gastric emptying has been amazing. My cravings have certainly dropped. I found it easier to maintain at 2,040 calories than I was doing in the previous weeks at 2,400, 2,700. which is pretty mind-blowing. The side effects, if you will, obviously today the acid reflux isn't too pleasant, but other than that there has just been, I would say, like a high level of fatigue. I felt that I could sleep for England, and I feel that when I wake up it's not that I'm not well rested, because I am. I just almost don't want to get out of bed. Like, I could just keep sleeping. And I think that, you know, we have to take that with a pinch of salt, because my calories have been slashed, my activity has been higher. I have seen some significant weight drops, so there's a lot going on there. But there has been high fatigue for sure. I have felt that, and it can be argued that's from semaglutide. And the slow gastric emptying, obviously, you know, not a side effect, not a side effect, but something to look out for, depending on the amount of food that you're eating. And I think the only other thing to be aware of is this only really works. This only really works if you are going to continue eating like an adult. Of course, I've been on an incredibly healthy diet of high fiber foods, you know, high fiber, nutritious, nutritionally dense, high protein, low fat, low carb foods. If you start smashing high fat foods, loads of carbs on this, you will get very uncomfortable very quickly, and you will probably be sick. So yeah, that's been my experience with it so far. I'm obviously going to keep you posted as we go through this, but I feel excited about it, to be honest. It takes a big weight off my shoulders, because it's not only the cravings, but it's the almost like ambient stress from the cravings. If you constantly want something that you can't have, that is very exhausting. So there we go. That's where we're at. That ding is not the end of the video, but it is the end of the video. Hope you've enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to getting back to Dubai now. We're there for 2 weeks, then we're to the UK, and then we're to fucking America, man. Jeez, it's hotting up. Any questions, any comments, any feedback, any love, any hate, put it in below the video. Please do like, comment, subscribe. It's been, you know, we're getting some good views, but we could do with a little bit more. A little more subscribers, and we will see you in the next one. Keep following along. It's going to be a very, very exciting year. Peace out.